Western Spring Television. Ours it is.
Here are the top stories of the news. Police officer kills Lagos-based lawyer Bolanle Rahim on Christmas Day. Peter Obi visits internally displaced persons in Abagana camp in Benue State. On the foreign scene, at least 38 deaths have now been linked to a severe Arctic freeze in the United States and Canada. Good afternoon and welcome to Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. My name is Damilola Raphael. A trigger-happy Assistant Superintendent of Police, ASP, has killed a Lagos-based female lawyer, Bolanle Rahim, in the Ajah area of the state on Christmas Day. The unnamed policeman attached to the Ajah police station and his team was said to have tried to stop Rahim and her family members as they drove back home from a Christmas Day church service. It was gathered Rahim was shot when the car she was on tried to make a U-turn under the Ajah bridge. She was later rushed to a hospital where she was confirmed dead. The spokesman for the Lagos State Police Command, SP Benjamin Hundeyi, confirms the incident, describing it as unfortunate and avoidable. Hundeyi stated that the ASP that shot the woman and two others with him have since been taken into custody and have been moved to the State Criminal Investigation Department in Kwanti for further investigation. Two persons have been confirmed dead after a sporadic shooting by a yet-to-be-identified individual driving in a Toyota Highlander along the Ekma-Uve local government area of Delta State. The police spokesman, Bright Edafe, who confirmed the incident to newsmen today, explained that the Ekman incident happened on the eve of Christmas. According to him, one of those killed was a petty trader who was selling drinks and other items for the youths who were having an all-night party. A similar incident was also recorded in Sapele within Sapele local government area, where a car clash occurred on the same day. Although there were no deaths recorded, the police says it has started investigating both incidents with hopes to catch the perpetrators and make them face the full wrath of the law. The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Oladayo Amo, has charged officers of Operation Whirl Punch and Operation Bada Mamaki to eliminate all criminal elements and restore peace in the country. Amo gave the charge at the CAS Christmas lunch with our component frontline troops of Operation Whirl Punch and Operation Bada Mamaki held at the Nigerian Air Force Training School yesterday in Kaduna. The CAS, who was represented by our officer commanding our training program, our Vice Marshal Nnamdi Ananaba, said the Christmas lunch was an opportunity to not only bond with the frontline troops, but also promote comradeship within the service. Amao said the Air Force must sustain the tempo of its operations and continue to fight gallantly until all insurgents, bandits, and other criminal elements are completely eliminated and peace is restored to troubled parts of the country. The frontline troops of Operations Bada Mamaki and Whirl Punch are engaged in fighting banditry in Kaduna, Niger, Kogi State, and the Federal Capital Territory. Operatives of the Kaduna State Police Command have arrested a notorious bandit while on patrol along the Kwakwaron, Manu, Basawa Council area of Zaria local government area of the state. The state's police spokesman, DSP Mohammed Jalige, who announced the arrest yesterday, identified the notorious bandit as a 33-year-old Bilyaminu Saidu. In a statement, DSP Jalige listed items recovered from the hoodlum, who was on a motorbike as of the time of the arrest, to include 4 AK-47 rifles, 344 rounds of 7.62mm live ammunition, 10 telephone handsets, as well as charms. He added that the State Commissioner of Police, Yekini Ayoku, had ordered for a thorough and comprehensive investigation to unearth the source and destination of the illicit arms and the arrest of the suspect criminal cohorts. The Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi on Sunday visited internally displaced persons (IDPs) at the Abagana camp in Makurdi, the Benue State capital, to celebrate the 2022 Christmas Day with them. Addressing the IDPs, Obi encouraged them to be patient and look to God for intervention, noting that he shared in their pains and losses, hence his decision to join them on a day like Christmas when many families share love. He also challenged the federal government to resettle the IDPs so that they will move on with their lives. Earlier, the Benue State Governor Samuel Otom, who received Obi at the government house, said many presidential candidates have visited the state but had no empathy to visit the over 8 IDP camps to share in their pain. The Benue State's Governor Samuel Otom has charged Nigerians to arm themselves with their permanent voters' cards PVCs to enable them to vote credible leaders in the 2023 general elections. He also backs the bimodal voter accreditation system BVAS, the technology that will be used for the accreditation and authentication of voters come 2023. Otom stated this yesterday in Makurdi, the state capital, while delivering his goodwill message to mark this year's Christmas celebration. He stated that the country was going through hardship, economic and security woes due to the fact that those who were elected to lead the country at various levels have failed to live up to their responsibility. He called on Nigerians who are yet to collect their PVCs to do so, stating that it is the only way Nigerians can exercise their franchise and restore hope and dignity to the country. The Edo State's Governor, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, has urged Christian faithful to imbibe the virtues of giving and extending a hand of love and support to neighbors, friends, and acquaintances. Mr. Obaseki, in his message to commemorate the 2022 Boxing Day, said the celebration is a good opportunity to exchange gifts with loved ones as well as others in need. He enjoined all to reflect on the virtues of giving and extend a hand of love and support to neighbors, friends, and acquaintances. The governor further prayed that the celebration will continue to foster love and unity among Nigerians, regardless of their cultural differences, creed, faith, or social class. The Kebbi State Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu has enjoined Nigerians to always imbibe the spirit of peaceful coexistence, brotherhood, and togetherness to move the country forward. The governor, who rejoiced with Christians on the occasion of Christmas, appealed to Christians to use the opportunity to pray for divine intervention for the restoration of peace in the country. In a goodwill message, the governor urged Christians to imbibe the lessons of the Yuletide that signify perseverance, love, brotherliness, and dedication to the worship of God. Bagudu added that the virtues of Christ, the Messiah, should continue to serve as a source of inspiration for better livelihood. A traditional ruler in Osun State, the Olowo of Kuta, Oba Hamid Oyelude, has charged traditional rulers in the country in Southwest in particular to be ambassadors of tourism promotion as they are custodians of culture and traditions of their respective communities. Oba Makama, who spoke during the 2023 celebration of Anubua Festival in the ancient town of Kuta, noted that any traditional ruler in the southwestern part of the country that runs away from culture and traditions is a misfit. The monarch urged the traditional rulers to play active role in marketing to the world tourism potential in their various communities, saying that as custodians of the culture and tradition of the people, royal fathers should be at the forefront of the state's tourism development campaign. He also promised to continue to advise Governor Ademola Adeleke on how to leverage on tourism to generate exchange. To leverage on tourism to generate foreign exchange for Osun State.
You can be rest assured that we'll continue to advise our dear governor on how to leverage on tourism so that we can have more financial benefit to our dear states. Not only on mineral resources we can generate forex, through cultural tourism we can generate forex. A traditional ruler that runs away from culture and tradition is misfit. whoever that traditional ruler is in the southwest, because we were enthroned to maintain and uphold culture and tradition only. That is what is in the instrument of appointment that the government gave all traditional rulers in the southwest. We are different from the emirates in the north. So if you see any traditional ruler in the southwest running away from tradition, that traditional ruler is misfit. He has digressed.
6 people have been killed in a crash that occurred on Christmas Day at Sabuwa Mia along Kafin Madaki Ninge Road in Ganjua local government area of Bauchi State. 16 others sustained varying degrees of injuries in the crash that occurred at 11:50 a.m. The Federal Road Safety Corps in the state confirmed the crash to journalists yesterday. The FRSC sector commander in the state, Yusuf Abdullahi, said the fatal crash involved a white Toyota Hiace bus belonging to the Bauchi state government. He says those killed included 2 female adults, 2 male children, and 2 female children. Mr. Abdullahi said the crash may have been caused by a tire burst which led to a loss of control. You are watching Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. We will be right back after this break.
Èdè Yorùbá jẹ́ ọ̀kan lára àwọn èdè tí wọ́n ń sọ ní agbègbè Niger Congo. Èdè Yorùbá gbajúgbajà ní àwọn orílẹ̀-èdè tó ń bẹ ní ẹkùn ìwọ̀ oòrùn ilẹ̀ adúláwọ̀. Ó kéré tán, àwọn ènìyàn bíi mílíọ̀nù 14 ló ń sọ èdè Yorùbá lónìí. Ètò akọ́mọlédè ló ń dé sójú ìwòran yín láti iléeṣẹ́ móhùnmáwòrán WSTV ìkànnì 150 channel 190 lórí Star Times. Folúṣọ́ aya Olúwagbémiga, ìyá ìjọ pèdèpèdè, ìyá akọ́mọlédè ló kọ tèmi. Yorùbá dùn púpọ̀, Yorùbá ò lè kú, Yorùbá ò lè parun. Tiwa làṣà, tiwa lèdè, tiwa nìṣẹ̀ṣe akọ́mọlédè.
Welcome back. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport and the Tinkan Seaport in Lagos have intercepted consignments of Colorado concealed in vehicles imported from Montreal, Canada, and packs of cannabis juice flown in from South Africa. The NDLEA Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, made this known yesterday, stating that the consignments were meant for distribution ahead of the Christmas festive season. He said at least 12 suspects, including 2 dock workers and a wine shop businessman, have so far been arrested in connection with the 2 seizures, as well as the recovery of 152 kilograms of skunk from 2 dealers in Kano. The NDLEA also recovered 100,000 pills of tramadol in Imo State and 520 kilograms of cannabis hidden in soft drinks crates loaded in a truck coming to Abuja. In Ebonyi State, Governor Dave Umahi has sanctioned his party, the All Progressives Congress, to pay a fine of 5 million naira for contravening the provisions of the State Executive Order 3 of 2022. The Executive Order 3 of the state prohibits political parties from using public places such as schools, parks, and markets for political activities without obtaining due clearance from the government. The governor, in a statement to justify the fine, signed and made available to journalists through the Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Uchenna Orji, said Governor Umahi was saddened by parties' continuous pasting of posters on electric poles, meridians, concrete roads, and on flyover bridges. He said the parties includes the APC, the People's Democratic Party, the Labour Party, and the All Progressives Grand Alliance. The statement added that Governor Umahi had decided to use his political party, the APC, to set an example as a deterrent to others. In business, the World Bank has said that the estimated per capita income growth of 0.7% for Nigeria in 2022 is insufficient to meet the goals of poverty reduction and shared prosperity in the medium to long term. The Washington-based bank in its new report said that poverty reduction trends, which were already derailed by the pandemic, has slowed further. According to the report, the pandemic has induced a lasting impact on long-term growth, affecting particularly the poorest people and increasing extreme poverty. It added that the weak rebound of the Nigerian economy in the aftermath of the pandemic, along with the setback from rising inflation, was insufficient to undo pandemic-induced job and income losses. On the foreign scene, at least 38 deaths have now been linked to a severe Arctic freeze that continues to hit the United States and Canada. Earlier this month, beg your pardon, I'll take that again. On the foreign scene, at least 38 deaths have now been linked to a severe Arctic freeze that continues to hit the United States and Canada. Officials say 34 people died across the U.S., with the west area being the city of Buffalo in New York State. 4 fatalities occurred in Canada when a bus rolled over on an icy road near the town of Merritt in the western province of British Columbia. The storm has wreaked havoc for days, but power has been steadily restored after earlier blackouts. Thousands of flights have been cancelled, preventing many people from reaching their families at Christmas. A Ukrainian drone attack on Engel's bomber base in South Russia has left 3 Russian servicemen dead. Russia's defense ministry says our defenses shot down the drone, but falling debris caused the casualties in the overnight attack. Earlier this month, Russia accused Ukraine of a similar attack on the airfield home to strategic bombers that have taken part in missile attacks in Ukraine. The base lies about 500 kilometers northeast of Ukraine's border. In Asia, Taiwan's defense ministry today said some 71 Chinese aircraft entered the island's air defense identification zone in the past 24 hours in what is the largest reported incursion to date. The aircraft included dozens of fighter jets, including 6 Su-30 warplanes, some of China's most advanced. The ministry said of the planes, 43 crossed the Taiwan Strait median line, an unofficial buffer between the two sides within the defense zone. It stated that additionally, 7 Chinese Navy ships were detected near Taiwan. Taiwan said the drills showed Beijing was destroying regional peace and trying to intimidate its people. Atletico Madrid and Brazil forward Matheus Cunha has completed an initial loan move to Wolves. The deal includes an obligation to buy at the end of the season for a fee that will rise to £35 million. The 23-year-old will join the club from January 1st, subject to work permit approval. Cunha has 8 senior caps for Brazil and has made 11 appearances in all competitions for Atletico Madrid this season. And before we end the news, here is a recap of our top stories. A trigger-happy Assistant Superintendent of Police, ASP, has killed a Lagos-based female lawyer, Bolanle Rahim, in the Ajah area of the state on Christmas Day. The Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, on Sunday visited internally displaced persons, IDPs, at the Abagana camp in Makurdi, the Benue State capital, to celebrate the 2022 Christmas Day with them. On the foreign scene, at least 38 deaths have now been linked to a severe Arctic freeze that continues to hit the United States and Canada. You can follow us on our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Western Spring Television. You can also watch us live on our YouTube channel at Western Spring Television. That ends Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. I am Damilola Raphael. Thanks for watching. Happy holidays.